Chimamanda Adichie's cry, if Igbo don't unite now, we may lose everything. Good afternoon, my people. This is IGBO AREA TV. Today we bring you not just a report, but a warning, a wake-up call from one of our most powerful voices, Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. She stood in Enugu before the sons and daughters of Igbo land, and she said these words, not with anger, but with heartbreak. We must unite, because what I see today is not the Igbo spirit I grew up with. It's not the Igbo spirit I grew up knowing. That is what she said. Let's reflect together. Let's ask ourselves, have we as a people lost our way? Ndigbo. This is a message from Chimamanda Adichie. Now look at what she said. This was not a literary lecture. This was a cultural emergency. And she spoke of the rise in ritual killings among our youth. That is very worrisome. The rise in ritual killings among Igbo youth. The erosion of traditional values. They fear that Igbo are beginning to lose their moral identity. That is what she said. Alo na-emenu. A lot of things, some people say a lot of water has gone under the bridge. And it is my moral duty to actually examine what she said, and that is what I'm doing. You know, according to her, it has come to a point we are no longer shocked by evil. We laugh at fraud. We clap for violence. This is not who we are from the beginning, or who we are raised to be. And she's right. Once upon a time, being Igbo meant, that's when you are called an Igbo person, you know what it means. It means dignity, hard work, respect for elders, pride in our language and land. What about now? When they say Igbo, what does Igbo mean now? According to her, if even Igbo children cannot speak Igbo, he said, our kings are silent, and our politicians, they are too busy chasing contracts in Abuja. You know, this, like I see this politics, for me, it's about business. There is a crisis no one wants to admit. The Igbo people are in crisis, seriously, right now. It is not just political. It is not just economical. But we are facing a moral crisis. It is morally. We kill ourselves in the name of freedom.
I am not the only Igbo person who no longer feels this instinctive wholeness, this peace. I am not the only one who reads stories from Igbo land and turns away in horror, who sees what is happening in Igbo land today and is consumed by shock, disillusionment, and a feeling dangerously close to despair. In Igbo culture, nothing is more sacred than life. In Igbo culture, a sibling must never take the life of another sibling. That is what we mean when we call a child Ndoka, Ndubisi, Ndode. The preservation of life is sacrosanct. Things Fall Apart demonstrates the central Igbo belief in the sacredness of life. Okonkwo accidentally murders a member of his community. It is truly an accident. His gun goes off during a feast, and yet his community punishes him severely. His home is destroyed and burnt, and he's banished for years. And this was an accident. Now imagine the severity of the punishment for murder in Igbo culture. Igbo culture abhors the taking of innocent life. And yet, today, we hear grotesquely inhumane stories of people murdered in ritual practices for money. And it is important to note that the victims of this recent upsurge of barbarism are mostly women. It is not just infuriating, but it is mentally disorienting.
We kill ourselves in the name of freedom. We fear to speak truth in the name of safety. We destroy our own towns during protests. We then beg for federal allocations. Is this the Ndigbo of our ancestors? Or have we become strangers to our own heritage? I'm drawing from what she said. Even in churches, we now clap for fraudsters in our churches. At funerals, we spend millions, but ignore the hungry people around us. Our values have been replaced by vanity. And the Bible said vanity upon vanity is equal to. And there is a price for what we are doing, in case you don't know. And she already warned us, and some of us already know, about our disunity. She said, we are too divided, and that is why they defeat us. Ife na-eme anyị si anyị n'aka. Emebgo Ndigbo, mana ife na-eme anyị si, ọtụtụ ife na-eme anyị si anyị n'aka. Think about it. Igbo politicians fighting each other. Ohaneze versus IPOB versus Masob versus governors. No one wants to have a conclusion, a kind of agreement. Our youths divided between tribalism and street gangs. Every other region knows how to lobby, how to threaten, how to negotiate. The North speaks with one voice. The Southwest builds together. You know that. These things are lacking in us. It is lacking. Every time we quarrel over crumbs, and when the big table is set, we are not even invited. Let me tell you, you cannot fight a giant when your own house is burning. Nwata nwaanyị agonyela ya uche. Ọ bụrụ nwata nwaanyị anyway, and just na ịma ka esi ekwu okwu. We must act now. This is no longer time for arguments. It is a time for recovery. And her comment is timely. Chimamanda Adichie said, start with your home. Teach your child Igbo. Respect your roots. Demand dignity, not just development. We must stop worshipping money or fraud. Ndigbo. We must stop killing ourselves in the name of struggle. We must stop killing ourselves in the name of struggle. And we must hold our leaders accountable. We must invest in our culture, language, and future. Let me tell you, and I agree with what she said, the strength of a people is not in their politics, but in their values. I have a friend, Onyosho Ferdinand. He used to tell me that. He's a younger guy, but he makes sense in a lot of things he says. The strength of a people is not in their politics, but in their values. And if we lost that, then even if we get power, we will only use it to destroy ourselves. Values first. You get it? Now, my people, ask yourself, what does it mean to be Igbo today, now? Is it just about our passports, power, and property? Or is it about honor, unity, and legacy? What does it mean to be Igbo today? We must not wait until it is too late. Please, I implore you, share this video, tag your friends, tell your elders, speak Igbo at home, read Igbo books, challenge bad behavior. Right? Because like Chimamanda Adichie said, if we don't rebuild now, there may be nothing left to rebuild later. Subscribe to Igbo AREA TV, where truth lives and history is protected. This content is for education, cultural awareness, and peaceful advocacy. Igbo AREA TV does not promote hate, tribal division, or violence. We support the unity, dignity, and development of all Nigerian ethnic groups, including the Igbo nation. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye now. I'll be back again.